This is our third summer concert on the plaza and our first indoor summer concert on the plaza for 2009. Next week our concert features the Back Bay Guitar Trio. They're mostly classical with maybe a little bit of jazz and Latin or whatever thrown in. And then in 2 weeks we have the Ben Geyer Jazz Sextet. We're also in the midst of our Box Lunch concert series. Those are held on Wednesdays at noon right here. Next week we have Enchante Musique, which is a piano, voice, and flute ensemble. The full schedule is on these yellow calendars that you can pick up on your way out. And if you want to be on our email list to get updates about events like this, so you hear about it in advance, you can sign up on this clipboard. I'll circulate it during the concert. Our guests tonight have delighted audiences from Nova Scotia to Texas and from the Boston Museum of Fine Arts to the Fiddler's Grove Festival in North Carolina. Over the past 10 years, they've given nearly 700 performances, recorded 6 full-length albums, and appeared in over 24 TV specials. Please welcome Brian Clancy and champion fiddler Robin Warren of Spirit Fiddle.
so much. Thank you. And I'm glad you came indoors because we're here. We thought it might get rainy outside. And even if it doesn't, there'll probably be mosquitoes and bugs and yeah. And I think it's already dark.
Flash flood warning.
Flash flood
yes.
warning. Yeah. Oh dear. One of our friends brought us some string beans.
Yes.
I don't know how you're able to grow string beans. All we're able to grow is mushrooms right now. Who did that? Who brought those? Thank you so much, Cal.
We work cheap.
We work cheap, so we appreciate, any donations you have. Happily accepted. Although mushrooms, Thank you. We started with a couple of Irish tunes, a little medley, and some of them are pretty well known. The first was a jig called The Road to Lisdon Varna. The second was Drowsy Maggie, although it's kind of a peppy tune. She wasn't very drowsy. And the third one is called Kitty's Ramble. And then we played a tune in the Musette style. We play a lot of Musette music. It's music from France associated with the 20s and 30s. And we'll play more of those, but that one was called Valse Niglos, the Waltz of the Hedgehogs. We play music from all over, generally popular music. It's just not popular here now, and you've never heard of it. So we're going to play another one. This is kind of a bluegrass number called Bully of the Town. Get blood in here.
I do.
Because of the humidity, the bow's kind of slippery, slides. That's my excuse.
Okay, good.
What's yours?
I have.
His excuse is his guitar,
I'm just
banjo.
waiting.
What are you
I'm
playing?
waiting for zucchini. I hear there's a shipment of zucchini.
Are you able to hear the fiddle where it plays? Can you hear the guitar? What's that? No much. Okay.
Having trouble with the banjo, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kicked the banjo player out of the band. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. I know he was your favorite. And how about when I talk? Are you able to hear if I talk into the microphone, okay?
Yes.
And how about Brian when he talks?
No.
Right. Well, he's not saying anything worthwhile anyway.
It's a long walk home.
Oh, there'll be plenty who'll give her a...
Oh, I'm sure of that.
Shall we play the march?
Okay.
was a tune called the March of the Eleanor Townsend
Memorial.
Memorial March. Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome.
He's the band bibliographer. Rarely knows the names of the tunes. Written by our favorite contemporary fiddler, Calvin Bolrath. He just an awesome Western Canadian fiddler, and he's written hundreds and hundreds of fiddle tunes, and we're learning them one by one. And that's one he wrote in honor. Eleanor Townsend was the wife of Graham Townsend, very, very famous, influential, legendary Canadian fiddler, won all kinds of championships, and his wife Eleanor did as well. They played together a lot, and I'm sure that they were heroes for Calvin Bolrath when he was a little younger, so he wrote that march in her honor. We'll play some more of his tunes a little later. But we're going to play a tune now from the Shetland Islands. The Shetland Islands are the northernmost county in Scotland, and the big, there's not a big population. The big population center is Lerwick, which is the capital, and there are about 30,000 people there. And the men and boys leave for the summer to go fishing for herring. And all winter long, I think they all play fiddle. So one of them wrote this wonderful tune called Leaving Lerwick Harbor. Thank you. Thank you. One of our favorites. We're playing a lot of tunes off of our new album. We just came out with our 6th full-length album, and it's called Crossing Borders. For a couple of reasons, including the fact that we cross many styles in what we play. And now we're going to go back to the French kind of style and play you a tango. This is called Astor Tango. Thanks very much.
Yeah, I completely forgot how that went.
We blaming the sour notes on you?
Yes.
I did a few unexpected things at the very beginning of that
Yes.
tango. Brian wasn't sure we were going to make it through. We'll play the Blue Jeans again?
Yeah, if you want.
Here's a sweet Canadian waltz called Blue Jeans and Ginger. Thank you. Oh. Yeah, let me turn. He plays guitar good, but he's such a pest. We have to play something a little peppier. We have people in the front row falling asleep, and I'm afraid they'll start snoring. I kept waiting for your flash to go off, and I finally figured out you're taking movies. I'm waiting, smiling, trying to look nice, so you can take a nice flash picture.
I always turn the flash on.
Okay.
Oops, sorry.
You didn't see what I did.
Oh, well, I can only imagine. Yet another thing behind my back. No, I'm fine, thank you. Never touch this stuff.
I'll just leave it like that.
That's a good idea.
It's really warm up here under the lights. I always say if you're cold, you either need to perform in front of a live audience or vacuum. Am I right? Doesn't that always warm you up? I keep telling Brian.
Okay.
How many of you have been to other concerts at the library? Almost everyone. Excellent. What a wonderful thing in the center of Nashua, isn't it? And I don't know what it's like to be at a concert out on the plaza, but that sounds like a lot of fun too.
We played one out there.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. You go out, you'll recognize it.
I went to high school in Nashua. I recognize everything in this town. I don't think we played there.
Weekends when the sun's out.
You're confusing it with Hendersonville, Texas, I think. We went to, we had a little tour in Texas last fall, East Texas, First time Brian saw a cactus, I thought we'd drive right off the road. They just don't look like, they look like they were planted for the tourists.
You have those cows with the big horns?
Yes.
Armadillos?
Armadillos.
Yes.
I guess the thing there is there's a certain kind of beer they take
Lone
an
Star.
empty.
Lone Star. Lone Star beer, it's called.
Do you know the rest of the what I was going to say?
Yes. I think I do.
They get an empty Lone Star beer can. Correct me, you know, if I go astray here. And a dead armadillo by the side of the road, and they put the beer can inside down.
It's a beer bottle. You did pretty good with that story.
Are you in tune yet?
I think so. Oh, this. Yeah.
One of the few tunes where it matters.
Shit.
And how many of you have seen Spirit Fiddle perform before? That's us.
Wow.
Oh, a lot of you. Okay, the brave soul sitting in the front. Should have known. I always tell audiences at this point that my mother actually made the instrument that I play. She was a violin maker. She had a shop in Tingsboro for many, many years, and she repaired the instruments for all the local school systems. And she built a handful of instruments, including this one for me. And I always tell that story before we play this next tune because it was one of her favorites. And this will be familiar to you probably because it was the theme song used for the Civil War series. It's called Ashokan Farewell. A lot of people know it as the Civil War tune. It was written in 1984 by J. Unger. And we'll give it a try. it's a hard tune to follow, so we usually follow it with that's our most requested tune. Our least requested and most irritating tune is coming up. We specialize in French music that's trying to sound Chinese. And this next one is the very popular Chinese polka. So it's a French impression of Chinese music in the form of a polka. Polka chinoise. You'll go out humming it. I just know. It's just one of those catchy tunes. This one doesn't matter. Find that on our greatest hits album.
Talk. I like doing this. Please talk.
Well, if you could play in tune, it would be easier for me to talk. I still think you should return that for one that stays in tune. It's really not possible to tune a guitar, it turns out. You thought it was just banjos, but it's not.
Sorry about this. What's this going to be? Okay. right, you can have one string bean. Just one.
I get a string, I earned a string bean.
Yes.
Let's do
Well, I can't read it, but
naps and head.
yeah.
We're gonna play a few more tunes and take a short break, and then we'll play some more. And if you want to stay, that would be great. And if not, that's a really good time to sneak out.
Oh yeah, it's free to get in, but you gotta pay 20 bucks at the door to get out. And pick up a CD, because if you have a chair or a table that's uneven, they just fit right underneath there. Hello?
Yeah.
Talk. I think I'm done.
Go. Do you have enough tape there for 2 more tunes? Yeah, okay. If you will just quit tuning, we have...
Okay.
Oh, but I'll be sorry.
Yes.
Another tune by Calvin Bolrath called Genie, although we call it Stepping Out Track 20. It has a name. medley of Scottish sounding tunes, Cape Breton tunes. And then if you're interested in a CD, we have some up here. If you want to sign our mailing list instead of the libraries, we have that up here as well, and some business cards and so on. And we'd love to talk to you. We're just going to take a few minutes and then back and play some more.
And if you leave, we won't talk about you. Well, maybe a little bit.
Hi, I'm Mayor Donnelly Lozo. The summer reading season is here, and I'm pleased to tell you that the title selected for the 2009 Nashua Reads One City, One Book program is Skeletons at the Feast by award-winning author Chris Bojalian. The novel takes place during World War II and is based on the true story of a group of refugees escaping through war-torn Poland and Germany to reach the safety of British and American lines. The goal of our One City, One Book program is to get as many Nashuans as possible reading the same book and talking about it with friends, co-workers, and neighbors. What is especially exciting about this year's program is that the book's author will be coming to Nashua to speak on October 25th, so you'll be able to meet him and share your thoughts on the book in person. The Nashua Public Library already has over 50 copies of Skeletons at the Feast for you to borrow, and this book, of course, is also available for purchase at local bookstores. I hope you'll join me in reading Skeletons at the Feast this summer, then be part of helping Nashua welcome Chris Bojalian when he visits in the fall. So let's get reading, Nashua.
Sure. All right.
Thank you. We got supper.
Okay, you can eat those. I'll have the string beans.
That was a waltz written by Glenn Tarver for his wife, Mary, and he called it Jenny's Waltz. When we were in North Carolina over Fiddler's Grove, we have lots of really good friends. We've been going to Fiddler's Grove Festival over Memorial Day weekend. We've been going down for years and years, and we have lots of good friends down there. And one of them is a really good fiddler, John Kaufman, said to us in front of an audience, you know, they're really not as pathetic as you think. Well, tonight, someone told me that you're shameless on stage.
Shameless.
Actually, she said we're both shameless. So we
You-
moved
you
up from
love me.
pathetic to shameless.
Yeah. I think we're a little bit of both.
That's the name of our next album.
Shameless, yes.
Shameless and pathetic.
What are we gonna do here?
The Chinese, new Chinese.
Okay, another Chinese tune.
Another irritating tune for you. This is Chinese Nights. The like after evening kind, not the shining armor kind. you want to do the new one?
I don't know what the new one is.
Thank you.
Which one is that?
Don't listen.
Okay, yeah, sure. we can do that. Yep.
Made that too.
Yeah. We can do that. As soon as my arm stops throbbing. Sure.
This is another one of the French pieces that we play. This is a style that was popular in Paris during the 20s and 30s, but it actually named after a little French bagpipe called the musette that was the lead instrument in a musette band around the turn of the century. And then the accordions came in from Italy, through Marseille, and they started displacing these little bagpipes. The accordion was much louder, and I think the players had much bigger egos than the musette players. So you would associate this with accordion music from old movies. And it actually sounds like a sophisticated, elegant kind of music. And if you read the words, it's really about barroom brawls and murders and jealousy and poverty and shoplifting.
Any misdemeanor will do.
This one is called reproche, which means, well, actually it's called reproche, which means reproach, but we thought it was called rapproche, which means come closer. And so we named our album, our 5th album, after it, Come Closer. But the real title of the album seems to be Reproach. So. You want to?
No. I just became a citizen of New Hampshire. And I'm really happy to be here. And would you please close the border between New Hampshire and Massachusetts? Don't let anybody else in here. Oh, just a narrow escape, too. Now, you guys got the right idea.
But if we pass a sales tax, are you going to leave?
Yes.
They have a sales tax in Texas. He really liked Texas. More armadillos per square mile than people.
I already got a pickup truck.
Oh, I changed my mind.
Oh, come on. Please.
I just realized some of you like us to play really slow things, and some of you like us to play really fast things, and then some of you like the French things that are kind of in between. So on the average, everybody's unhappy 2/3 of the time. Right? We're going to play a Southern tune called Lorena. This was very popular during the Civil War on both sides of the war. And it's said about this tune that it made the Confederate soldiers so homesick that they deserted by the score, so they weren't allowed to sing it. The song was actually written by, should I tell the whole story?
Yeah, just
It's a really gory story.
don't tell that version.
It was written by a Reverend Webster who was in love with a girl named... Is that your cell phone? Are we like...
We're open to.
I think so. Okay. So Reverend Webster was in love with a local girl named Emma. And she was an orphan, and she was living with her brother and his wife, and they thought that the Reverend was beneath their station. So they broke up the engagement and wouldn't let them get married. And he wrote this song about her a very sad song if you read the words sometime, about how the sun is sinking and death can't come soon enough and I'll never forget you and all of this. She went on to marry a Supreme Court judge for the state of Ohio. And he went on to become famous for writing this tune. And he wrote the words, and he met up with another Webster who actually was born in Manchester and who somehow got lost and found himself in the South. And he was a well-known composer. He also wrote, which one? In this Sweet By and By, very famous Southern gospel tune. So they got together, and the composer said, I need a 3-syllable name, so you can't use Emma, so they had to change the name to Lorena. So that's the story of this tune, Lorena, which, if you're from the South, might bring tears to your eyes. For one reason or another, when we play it.
Did I mention that I just moved from Massachusetts?
That's not considered the South. We'll all get detention if we stay longer than our welcome. So let's just play the...
Yes, what key is that in there?
Oh, 3 frets.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm going to close with some Canadian reels. And visit us on the website, www.spiritfiddle.com. We have CDs for sale there, and we have quite a schedule of concerts coming up. If you want to go to North Carolina, you won't be able to get away because we play there quite a bit.